Your cat stared at you last night. Not the casual, half-lidded look you're used to, not the impatient feed me now glare you get in the morning, but something else entirely. Still, focused, unblinking, almost as if they were trying to reach into you and read something deeper. It lingered longer than usual, long enough to make you slightly uncomfortable, long enough to feel like there was intention behind it. And in that moment, whether you realized it or not, something shifted. Because what your cat was doing wasn't random. It wasn't meaningless. It was communication, quiet, subtle, and incredibly easy to miss if you don't know what to look for. Welcome to the feline mind, a world where nothing is loud, everything is intentional, and the deepest bonds are built in silence. If you've ever felt like your cat understands you in ways that don't quite make sense, you're not imagining it. So let's go deeper. Can cats actually imprint on humans? And if they do, how does that bond reveal itself? It's not obvious. It's not dramatic. But it's powerful, instinctual, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your cat, or the way they look at you, the same way again. Let's begin with something that seems simple on the surface, something that happens every night in millions of homes, yet almost no one fully understands what it means. Your cat doesn't just fall asleep anywhere. They choose their sleeping spot with precision. Maybe it's your chest, where they can hear your heartbeat. Maybe it's your pillow, inches from your face. Maybe it's tucked against your legs, or curled tightly into your side. Wherever it is, it's deliberate. Cats are not careless sleepers. In the wild, sleep is a dangerous state. Even though domestic cats live safe lives, that instinct hasn't disappeared. It's still there, quietly guiding their behavior. When your cat chooses to sleep close to you, really close, not just nearby, it means they trust you at their most vulnerable. Their guard drops. Their body relaxes. Their breathing slows. And that only happens when they feel completely safe. But there's another layer to this that most people overlook. Your scent. To your cat, your scent is more than just familiar. It's stabilizing. It tells their brain that everything is okay, that they're home. Add to that your warmth, your steady presence, and you become more than just a companion. You become their anchor. Now, the second sign goes beyond what you see and into what your cat is constantly processing in the background. Cats are observers, quiet, patient, and incredibly precise. They watch you far more than you realize. Over time, they begin to map your behavior. They learn your routines down to the smallest detail. The time you wake up, the way you walk through the house, the sounds you make before feeding them. But it doesn't stop there. They also learn your emotional patterns. Your tone of voice when you're relaxed versus when you're stressed. The difference in your movements when you're tired, distracted, or upset. They take all of this in and adjust themselves accordingly. If you're calm, they settle. If you're restless, they become alert. If you're gone longer than usual, they notice. A cat that has bonded deeply with you doesn't just live alongside you. They synchronize with you. They build an internal version of who you are and use it to guide their own behavior. It's quiet, almost invisible, but it's happening all the time. Sign 3 becomes clear when you compare how your cat behaves with you versus everyone else. You might notice that your cat responds to your voice in a way they don't with others. You call them, and they come, or at least acknowledge you. Someone else calls, and they ignore it completely. You reach out your hand, and they lean into it. Another person tries, and they hesitate or walk away. This isn't randomness. Cats are selective by nature, and their preferences are meaningful. When they choose someone, they invest in that connection. They learn that person's cues, their rhythms, their energy. You become familiar in a way that feels safe. So, when your cat consistently responds to you more than anyone else, it's not just recognition, it's preference. It's trust. And in the feline world, that's something they don't give freely. Now, sign 4. The one that surprises almost everyone when they finally understand it. Your clothes. That hoodie you left on the chair, the shirt on the bed, the pile of laundry you haven't folded yet. Your cat is drawn to it. They sit on it, knead it, curl up and sleep there like it's the most comfortable place in the world. At first glance, it might seem odd or even a little annoying. But what's actually happening is deeply emotional and instinctual. Your scent is embedded in those items, and to your cat, that scent is incredibly powerful. It represents you, your presence, your safety, your familiarity. When you're not there, those objects become the next best thing. Lying on them helps regulate their stress, especially when they're alone. But there's another layer: scent marking. Cats communicate ownership and belonging through scent. When they lie on your clothes, they're not just absorbing your smell, they're adding theirs to it. They're blending identities. In their world, that's a statement. It means connection. It means this is part of me, and I am part of this. Sign 5 is where your cat's awareness of you becomes almost unbelievable. You haven't said anything. You haven't made it obvious. But something about you is different: your mood, your energy, and your cat knows. Maybe they come sit closer than usual. Maybe they watch you more intently. Maybe they follow you from room to room without making a sound. Cats are incredibly sensitive to subtle changes. They notice shifts in your posture, your breathing, the way you move. Even small differences in your routine don't go unnoticed. When something feels off, they respond. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in quiet, consistent ways. They stay near. They observe. Sometimes they offer gentle contact, a nudge, a lean, a soft presence beside you. They don't try to fix anything. They don't need to. Their presence alone is their response. And for a creature that values independence as much as a cat does, choosing to stay close during those moments says more than words ever could. Sign 6 is something that happens throughout the day, often so subtle that you barely register it. You're moving through your home, focused on your own tasks, and your cat pauses to look at you. Just for a moment. Maybe from across the room, maybe from a doorway, maybe mid-step. Then they go back to what they were doing. It seems small, almost insignificant. But it's not. That look is a check-in. It's your cat making sure you're still there, that everything is as it should be. In the wild, animals rely on constant awareness of their surroundings and their group. Your cat is applying that same instinct to you. Every glance is a silent question. Are we okay? Are you still here? And every time you respond, even without realizing it, you reinforce that bond. It becomes a quiet loop of connection, repeated again and again throughout the day. And now we come back to the final sign, the stare. The one that started all of this. In the animal world, direct eye contact is not something taken lightly. For cats, it can signal tension or challenge. So when your cat looks into your eyes calmly, without aggression, without fear, they are doing something remarkable. They are choosing trust over instinct. And when that stare softens, when their eyes relax, when they give you that slow, deliberate blink, it's one of the clearest signals of affection they can offer. That slow blink is their way of saying, I feel safe with you. If you return it, slowly closing your eyes and opening them again, you're speaking their language. You're telling them the same thing. And in that quiet exchange, something powerful happens. A bond is reinforced. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. Now, there's one more layer to all of this, something important to understand. Can a cat's bond shift from one person to another? The answer is yes, but it doesn't happen casually. Cats build relationships based on consistency, trust, and presence. If the person they're closest to becomes less available, whether through absence, routine changes, or distance, and someone else begins to provide that same level of attention and care, the bond can slowly shift. But it takes time. Cats don't change their attachments quickly. When they choose someone, they mean it. And maintaining that bond comes down to one simple thing: showing up. The truth is, if you've paid attention to all of this, if you've noticed these signs, if you've wondered about your cat's behavior, you're already doing something that matters. You're seeing them not just as a pet, but as a being with thoughts, instincts, and emotional depth. And that awareness is exactly what strengthens the connection between you. So watch for the signs. The way they sleep beside you. The way they mirror your habits. The way they respond to you differently than anyone else. The way they seek out your scent. The way they sense your emotions. The way they check in quietly throughout the day. And most of all, the way they look at you. Because if your cat is showing you even a few of these behaviors, then what you have isn't. It's not routine. It's not convenience. Your cat hasn't just learned to live with you. They've chosen you. And in the quiet, complex, deeply instinctual world of a cat, that choice means everything.